All right, so I'm going to show you how to create your Zoom and your Facebook setup so that you can do your live presentation through Zoom. So what you're first going to need is 3 tabs open. All I did was literally open a tab and open Facebook, my Canvas slides for my presentation, and my Zoom tab. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So your first one, I'm going to use the test group for this example, but this should be your Facebook group that you're going to do your launch in, or whatever live that you're going to do, that you're going to share your Zoom and your presentation in. Okay, your second one is going to be your slides for your launch or whatever you're using. Your third tab is going to be Zoom. So we're going to come back. That is step 1. Step 2 is from your group, you're going to start your live setup. So in your Facebook group, you're going to come over and you can do this 2 ways. 1, you should already technically have an event created. So in your events, you would already have an event created for your day 1 to 9 of your launch. But if you didn't, okay, and let's say you were just going to go live and do it with Zoom, then there's another way you can do it. If you did have it set up, then all you would do is go within your event. Up here, it would be highlighted. It would say set up live. So I'm going to show you how that looks if you don't have it set up. It's the exact same either way. It's very easy. You'd come over here as if you were going to write a post. You would click in it. You're going to come to these dots and just click live video. Don't worry, you're not going to be live at all yet. You have to approve all this. So then in here, this is exactly what it would look like. Even if you were to do this from your event that was set up, you would choose go live. And once this opens, you would choose streaming software. So not webcam, and you can see me down here because it's looking at me already through my camera, but we want to choose streaming software because this is how we connect our streaming software, which is Zoom. So we're going to click streaming software, and then we are going to come down here to advanced settings, click that little toggle button, and then we are going to go into our edit post details because we need to have a title. So enter in your title of your launch. So you could put day 1, get more clients, right? And I'm just going to copy this. You need to have a description and the title. So I'm just going to paste this same thing that I typed out here into here. And then you need to click save. The next step that you can choose to do or not, these are optional, is you can add a group to promote if this shows up for you. All this is, you know, when you're going live, it might let more people know. So choose the group you're going live from. In this case, I'm using the test group, so I would choose this group. Another thing that is optional, but you do not have to do at this point, is this pinned comment. If it's an option for you, it's a neat little thing. You can just come in here and hit edit. And this is what people are going to see when you're live. So this could be handy on days 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 when you're doing your pitch. When you're live, they will see this. So mine right now is just a generic one that says connect with me for help adding clients and sales organically right here from Facebook without more hustle and grind. You could have connect with me for more help losing weight or whatever the thing is that your challenge is about. Okay, if you don't want to, don't worry. You don't need this option and you don't need this option. The most important is edit post details, add your title, add your description, because if you do not have those, it will not work. Okay, so now, since we've copied, now we're going to do is we're going to move to step 3. And so all that is we're going to copy this. Okay, copy. And now we're going to move to step 3, which is opening our Zoom tab. So coming back up to our 3 tabs, we're going to open our Zoom tab. And we are going to go schedule a meeting over here. Because now we're going to start setting up our Zoom to connect with our Facebook profile. So schedule a meeting. Now we're going to the thing that we just copied, the title, instead of typing it out again, we can literally just paste our title right here that we took from our Facebook Live. And then we want to come down here to the Save button and simply click Save. Now it's really simple. We don't need to do anything else. We're just going to come down here to click Start. Now this new little tiny window is going to open. It should open up automatically. Here we go. And what I recommend to do is just turn your video on right now. Just get it out of the way. Click video on so that it's on. Hello. And then click Start. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. See these buttons right here that says More? This is where we need to start adding in our streaming key. So come right over here, click on More. And then when you do that, see when I clicked on More, it opened this toggle. We want to come to Live Stream, scroll up, Live on Custom Streaming Service. And look, voila, now we have a new tab where we're going to need to enter in these like codes and APIs they're called. But I want to show you something because this is where people get confused. At the top, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs. We never need more than 3. We obviously need this one, so we want to keep it. But we're going to close this join from Zoom and this meeting information on Zoom because we don't need those anymore. Okay, so we're going to close those and all we need is this right now. So we only need our Zoom tab, our Facebook tab, and our Canva tab. And now we're going to move to step 4. So for step 4, we're going to minimize these windows. Okay, so we just have more control because we're on one screen. So just those little boxes up here so that they go like this, and we want to spread them out. Okay, so this is our main Zoom control panel. We don't have to worry about it. Just spread this out. Bring my live over here for my Facebook. I want to bring my Zoom in its own little window here. Okay, the Canva slides can be open behind. We don't care about those just yet. We just kind of need these 3 so far. Okay, so we can make them a little bigger so that you guys can see them hopefully. Okay, so here's our Facebook Live producer where we put in our name when we edited the post details, and we have our streaming software. Let's make it a bit bigger. We have our streaming software, and now what we want to do is we want to go to the Facebook one here, and we want to scroll down in the streaming software setup, and we want to take our stream key and paste it into the Zoom streaming key. Okay, so take a look. We're going to come here and see it says stream key. So you want to copy this stream key and we want to take it over to our Zoom and put it into the Zoom streaming key, which is the middle one at the time of this recording. And then we're going to come back over to our Facebook, okay? And we need to get the other key. So now we're going to get that server URL. So we just click copy and we come over here and it says streaming URL right at the top of the Zoom. So we're going to paste it and we have that. And then this one's really easy. All we do here where it says live streaming page, well, where are we live streaming? We're live streaming on Facebook. So we're going to type in www.facebook.com. So we type that in there, and now we're going to not worry about anything else. We're just going to click go live. Don't worry, we won't be going live. It's just going to connect us. And see how the bar is moving across, and see here how you can see me now. So that means my Facebook and my Zoom are now connected to one another. Okay, now I want you to notice, oh, my hand's starting to shake. Okay, so you notice that now, again, now our streaming URL thing, it turned into Facebook now. So now we have like 2 Facebooks. But you know that this one's the important one because This is where we see me, right? And we know that this is where we have to hit go live to go live, which we're not going to do until the very end when we're ready with our slides. So what we're going to do is we're going to X out of this one over here because we don't need this anymore. Now we're just connected. It just shows us we're connected. So you can see now we have our Facebook Live. We're back to 3 again. We have our Canva slide presentations, and back here we have our Zoom, right? This is our control panel, and it's the most important thing, okay? So here, if you're like me, when I first was learning about Zoom, I did not know that if I click somewhere else, that this will always kind of like disappear to the background. And I thought, oh no, they can't see me, but don't worry, they can. And you can always find your Zoom panel by, it'll look different maybe on your screen, but here at the bottom, if I ever need that Zoom control panel back, it's always right here at the bottom. I just click it and it pops up again, okay, see? So all we need right now are these 3 things. Our live, because we need to be able to click go live when we're ready, our slide presentations, and then our Zoom panel, which will be in the background, okay? So now we're gonna move on to step 5, which is organizing and getting ready our Canva presentation. So what we wanna do is we want to go into your slides, which you should have pulled up. So here, for the example, I have day 1 pulled up. I'm going to need to make this bigger because you can't see the actual. So you should see the controls at the top. And this one says present. So I'm going to come to the toggle. Oh, sorry. I'm going to come to the toggle. I'm trying to do this with one hand. And I'm going to go present, hit the toggle button. And I'm going to go presenter view. And then I'm going to click present. So now I have 2 windows that have opened on my screen. And what I need to do now is I need to move these slides to the position that I'm going to need to use them in when I do my slides. So as you can see, for one monitor, I have quite a few things going on in my slide. So what I want to do is now we're going to move to step 6, where we can show you how to share your screen. Okay, so I'm going to need to make these smaller. So I'm going to start kind of moving these around to find the position that's going to work for when I start sharing the screen and doing my presentation. So my Facebook Live, which I know I need to hit go live, I'm going to make it smaller right now and kind of move it off to the side, out of the way over here. And what I would recommend is to move the slides that you're going to need. So if you're sharing your slides and you have your notes in your slide. So this is why presenter view is so handy. This is my script. This is what I would say, right? Welcome to day 1. Let me start off with saying blah, 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 right? So what we would do is we do not want our audience to see this. So move this for you as close to your camera as possible. Do you see this little line that comes down in my screen? And there's a little thing here. That's actually my camera. And so I want to be looking at that so I look like I'm looking at my audience. Even though you're going to be kind of off in the top corner of your screen when you're talking to people and you're sharing your slides, you want to be having your notes in your as close to your camera as possible so it doesn't look like you're looking down. Okay, so that's your little trick from me. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this over here because this is right here, the audience window. It tells you right on Canva. These are mine. This is the audience window, meaning this is the window we need to share our screen to from Zoom. So we're going to put this where it's gonna work for you. Make this smaller. Okay, so this might take some playing around. This is why you want to give yourself a good 20 minutes before you go live to kind of set yourself up comfortably. Get your presentation ready. So here's my slides that I want everyone to see, and I'm going to make it so that if I don't click on things, it doesn't mess things up. Now I'm ready. So I'm going to find my Zoom, which is behind here somewhere, right? So remember the trick I told you? You just hover at the bottom under your little, like where you see your Zoom window, and click. There I am again, okay? So now it's time to share the screen. So I'm gonna go share screen. We only have one screen in this demonstration, right? Like most of you. So we're going to click advanced at the top here. Okay, so remember where we were. Went share screen from our Zoom. Let me just go back out. So we went share screen. We're going to choose up here at the top the advanced option, and we're going to click on share sound and optimize for video sharing. The reason we want to do this is in case you have a video testimonial or something that's going to play in your slides, just make sure they're turned on. We're going to click portion of screen for sharing, and we have to click share to give it authorized access. Okay, now this means, here's my control panel for my Zoom. Now this means that my screen is going to share a portion. Again, this looks a little messy, right? But see this box? This is where we have to fit the portion of the screen that we're sharing into this box. So only our audience is going to see what's in this box. We don't want them to see our notes. We only want them to see our slides, right? So see how I can make this bigger and smaller? I'm going to extend this over my slides that I want. Let me see how big this box goes. Cool. Okay, so there, I've got it. Now this is what my audience sees. So now when I'm clicking through my slides and reading my notes, they don't see my notes. They only see the slides. So this is what the audience sees, even though I'm over here reading my notes and clicking. Okay. So now this is what it would look like to you on your screen, but they would only be seeing these over here. And you're all set up and ready to go. So now before right when you're ready to present, you would need to hit your go live button and do that. If you don't, and of course you don't want people to see this, so you need to be able to move this out, right? So just before you go live, you can have these smaller, by the way. I just have them bigger. I actually have 2 monitors and I prefer that for presentations, but I'm showing you from 1. I can show you from 2 after. So this is what you would do. You would hit go live, and we're in the test group, so I'm going to show you. So it would actually pop up. Perfect. So it would actually pop up and I would be able to see now it says end live video. So when we're ending this, I actually wouldn't, and I want you to see I want you to be able to see this. I'm going to pull this over. I'm using my left hand. So see how it's showing the screen there? That's what the audience is seeing. They're just seeing that, okay? So when the live is over, when I'm done the presentation, I could click stop sharing, and then I could just talk to them again and say, we'll see you back here tomorrow, right? And then I would just hit end right here and it would end everything. So I'm going to do that, end meeting for all, close out, okay? I can end the live video, and usually it just ends it automatically, and it would just be, that would be it. That would be the end of it. So hopefully that makes sense. I'll put the steps with this.